Have you ever watched or waited for movie trilogies like me? If yes, then welcome to 10 Trilogies. That's 30 underrated movies. And we're breaking all of them down in less time than you usually spend scrolling Netflix wondering what to watch. As always, make sure to check the recap at the end of the video, where I'll list the streaming platforms currently hosting these movies in your country. We're kicking things off with some dark fantasy, moving into sci-fi action, crime thrillers, and even a few unofficial trilogies you probably never realized were trilogies at all. And we're starting with the only incomplete trilogy on this list, but trust me, it still absolutely deserves a spot here. Number 10, The Night Watch Trilogy, 2004 to 2006. We're starting strong with a visually stunning dark fantasy trilogy from Russia known as the Night Watch Trilogy. The first film, Night Watch 2004, throws you straight into a centuries-old war between good and evil, where supernatural forces are secretly policed by two groups, the Night Watch and the Day Watch. There are vampires, witches, curses, and plenty of dark, macabre energy. But these aren't straight-up horror movies. They're more about atmosphere, mythology, and world building. Then comes Day Watch 2006, which dials the visuals up even further. The story does get a bit more tangled here, and honestly, that might be part of why we never got the third film, Dusk Watch, which has been stuck in development hell for years. What's wild is how good these movies still look today. The director, Timur Bekmambetov, later went on to make Wanted and Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and if you enjoy that flashy, kinetic style, you're going to love these. Yes, they're subtitled. Yes, they're absolutely worth it. Number 9, The Riddick Trilogy, 2000 to 2013.
I've been hunting Riddick for 10 years.
This ain't nothing new.
Next up is a trilogy that deserves way more respect than it gets. The Riddick Trilogy starring Vin Diesel.
He's the most dangerous man we've ever tracked.
Bounty's been doubled.
It all starts with Pitch Black, 2000, which is easily the strongest entry. It's a gritty sci-fi survival horror where Riddick isn't even the main focus. He's more like a terrifying wild card who just happens to be useful when monsters start hunting at night. Then came The Chronicles of Riddick, 2004, which tried to expand the universe into something bigger and more epic. On paper, that sounds great, but in practice, it didn't really fit the character. It's also the only PG-13 film in the trilogy, which definitely hurt it. After a long gap, we got Riddick, 2013, and honestly, this one is criminally overlooked. It ditches the epic nonsense and goes right back to basics. Riddick stranded on a hostile planet, hunted by mercenaries and deadly creatures. It's bigger and bolder than Pitch Black, but still feels true to what made that first movie work. Personally, I think Riddick is the perfect follow-up that the series needed all along. Number 8, The Millennium Trilogy, 2009. Next up is a trilogy that was unfortunately overshadowed by its American remake. But the original Swedish Millennium Trilogy is absolutely incredible. This trilogy includes The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest, all released in 2009 and all starring Noomi Rapace as Lisbeth Salander. These are dark, grounded crime thrillers that focus heavily on character and mystery. They don't have the slick Hollywood shine of the David Fincher remake, but what they do have is strong storytelling and a much more raw, unsettling tone. If you're into gritty mysteries and don't mind subtitles, this is one of the most complete and satisfying trilogies you'll find in the genre. Number 7, The Infernal Affairs Trilogy, 2002 to 2003. Before The Departed, there was Infernal Affairs. The original Infernal Affairs, 2002, is a Hong Kong crime thriller that's every bit as good as Scorsese's remake. And honestly, in some ways, even sharper. What a lot of people don't realize is that it's part of a full trilogy, followed by Infernal Affairs 2 and Infernal Affairs 3, both released in 2003. These movies focus on undercover cops, double lives, and moral gray areas, and they handle those themes with real precision. They're tense, smart, and incredibly well acted. If you love gangster movies but want something a little more psychological, this trilogy is a must-watch. Number 6, The Vengeance Trilogy, 2002-2005. A lot of people know Oldboy, but far fewer realize it's part of Park Chan-wook's Vengeance Trilogy. The trilogy includes Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Oldboy, and Lady Vengeance. These films aren't connected by story, but they are deeply connected thematically, focusing on revenge, obsession, and the emotional wreckage left behind. Oldboy is obviously the standout, and for good reason. But the other two films are just as powerful in their own ways. Lady Vengeance, in particular, is much more artistic and reflective, making it a perfect way to close out the trilogy. This is not an easy watch, but it is unforgettable. Number 5, The Cornetto Trilogy, 2004-2013.
It's the time! Let's do that! Stop making a noise!
In this perfect village.
This might be the most well-known unofficial trilogy on the list, the Cornetto Trilogy from Edgar Wright. It includes Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, all starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. These movies are comedies, yes, but they're also packed with action, clever writing, and genuine heart. Each film takes a different genre and completely flips it on its head, while still being incredibly rewatchable. Even though these movies are more popular than most on this list, they're still underrated for just how smart and well-crafted they actually are. Number 4, John Carpenter's Apocalypse Trilogy. Next up is an unofficial trilogy from horror legend John Carpenter, often referred to as his Apocalypse Trilogy. It starts with The Thing, followed by Prince of Darkness, and ends with In the Mouth of Madness. These movies aren't connected by story, but by theme. Each one explores a different version of the end of the world. The Thing is obviously a masterpiece. Prince of Darkness is deeply underrated, and In the Mouth of Madness is full-blown Lovecraftian madness. If you love cosmic horror, this trilogy is essential. Number 3, Guillermo del Toro's Spanish Gothic Trilogy.
Pieces.
This is one of the strongest trilogies on the entire list. Guillermo del Toro's Spanish Gothic Trilogy includes Cronos, The Devil's Backbone, and Pan's Labyrinth. These films blend horror, fantasy, and tragedy in a way that only Del Toro can pull off. Cronos is a completely unique vampire story. The Devil's Backbone is an emotionally heavy ghost story. And Pan's Labyrinth is a full-on masterpiece. Together, these three films represent Del Toro at his absolute best. Number 2, The Man with No Name Trilogy, 1964-1966.
This long gun belongs to the man with no name.
Heard you wanted to see me.
Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone, spaghetti western perfection. The Man with No Name Trilogy includes A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Each movie builds on the last, growing bigger, bolder, and more ambitious. Watching them back to back is like watching a director and actor completely redefine an entire genre in real time. Even if you're not a big Western fan, these movies are timeless. Number 1, the Coen brothers' Hitman Trilogy.
He's just a guy who happened to find my money. Look, I need to know what I stand to win.
My number one pick is an unofficial trilogy that I've believed in for years. What I like to call the Coen brothers' Hitman Trilogy. It consists of Blood Simple, Fargo, and No Country for Old Men.
I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss.
Each film revolves around crime, hired killers, and situations spiraling wildly out of control. Blood Simple is an incredible debut. Fargo is iconic, and No Country for Old Men is one of the greatest films ever made. Together, these three movies form a perfect trilogy about fate, violence, and human stupidity. And movies honestly don't get much better than this. So there you have it, 30 underrated movies across 10 incredible trilogies. If you discovered something new, or if you already love one of these trilogies, let me know in the comments. And if you want more recommendations like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe. I drop new movie lists every single week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.